What's up, everybody? It's me again, Sunny, TS Project, and I'm coming with you today with a story that reminded me of when I was a kid and doing laundry with my mom. So, I was born in 1980. So, if that doesn't tell you my age, ask somebody. But I'm an 80s kid, and so much happened during this time frame. And one particular one that I was reminded of a commercial I was just watching earlier today, was an iron. And watching this lady on the commercial iron some clothes that she was advertising about the new iron or whatever it was, reminding me of doing laundry with my mom as a kid. So I'm the oldest of two boys and a little sister, which she's already like 21, 22. I really don't know her age. I do not pay attention to people's ages. I'm a guy. It is not in my DNA to remember dates, but I do know my anniversary, so that's a plus. I finally got it after 7 years. And the thing that reminded me of doing this, that made me want to do this drawing, was, like I said before, my mom. Growing up in the 80s, during that time frame, even the 90s, we were dirt poor and we had very little to do. So things that we would always do around the house is either go to our rooms because we're always loud because we're in trouble, or we would draw. And other things that I really enjoyed, for the most part, was helping my mom do what she needed to do. So I grew up in Charlotte, Texas. It's a little town south of San Antonio, about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how you drive. And my mom used to go around town asking people if they needed help with laundry. So she would do laundry and also iron them and fold them. And she used to get them by the bag loads, and I mean loads. And for a t-shirt or a pant, depending on how big it was, or if it was a t-shirt, pant, or whatever material she used to charge. So basic price that I remember, it was like 5 to 10 cents. I think silk stuff was about 15 cents. And that's not very much. You're probably thinking like, what? Like, that's it? That's cheap. But she wasn't trying to make a killing off of it. She was just trying to get food on the table for 5 hungry mouths, including herself. And one of the things I used to always do, and my brothers, we would help my mom. Either we wanted to or we had to. And that's just how it goes as a kid. You really don't want to be messing with stuff. You're like, hey, that's for grown folks. But for me, I was a little different. I wanted to do what parents did, adults did, because at a young age, I kept being told, hey, you never know what it is to be like us unless you did it. So I started working at a really young age. And when I became 13, I started working in not oil fields. That wasn't until I was a teenager. But I started working in the watermelon fields and also picking string beans and irrigation lines. And it went on to other stuff. So now I'm at the age where it's like when people tell me they've done stuff and try to compare, in my head, I already know what I've done and done so much. And drawing is one of them that I like to relate to. It really helps me just escape stress, but more than anything is not just stress. I really love drawing. I love sharing my imagination, and everything that I draw has a meaning and purpose. So the thing with drawing too, laundry, sticking with laundry, is that when my mom used to do this, she used to have the clothes ready the next day. She never had it very long. We had a small place, so it's not like we had space to hold things in. And us being kids, I'm pretty sure we jumped on a few bags and laughed about it or threw them at each other, me and my brothers. But we also used to do wash them. And by washing them, back in the day, I remember as a kid, we used to use the little washboards. And if you go online and Google it, just put like old school washboard. I'm not sure the exact name, but it just had like a little piece of board, and it had a metal kind of wavy look to it. And you would put soap on it after you added a little bit of water, and you kind of just get some soap on there, and then you would get the shirt, throw it inside the water bucket, get it wet, and then just kind of you would get soap on there too and rub it all over the place, trying to get soap on it to wash it. And then after you try to get all that water out, it was a back and forth. It was a strenuous process. I'm pretty sure that's why I got strong arms now. And after that, we used to put it through this old wringer. So before it went into the washer had this part of it that it was connected to where you put the clothes in there, and it had a little wringer. And it was like two big, strong sponges, really hardcore. That's like, it looked like foam rollers, but it was meant to put the clothes in and wring out the water. So we used to do that process of using the washboard, however long it took per shirt or per pant, help my mom out with that, and then throw it through the little wringer and try to help my mom make a little bit of money. So my dad was always working. His is a different story that I could tell, but with my mom, she was always doing stuff like that. She was always trying to put food on the table and always trying to keep busy, and I'm sure it relieved a lot of stress from letting her see you got 3 hungry boys and a little girl, and we're pain in the butts. They used to call us worms because we're in and out of everything, and they still call us worms for the most part. When I go back home, there's a very few people that'll be like, worm. Our friends that know me from the military that kind of know my story, they'll say that, but that's not a nickname I've heard in a while, but I do hear it from certain people. So all I did was just simply look at the iron, and I said, hey, I'm gonna turn it into a shark. It just came to my head, and that's how usually my imagination works. It just bam. So I'm glad I was able to take what my parents taught me with drawing and share with you my little stories. And I think that's gonna be more of how I'm gonna do things from now on. When I draw, I'm gonna tell you how it came about, what inspired me to do it, and let you know more about me. I think the more you know about somebody, an artist, it really helps you remember them. More than anything, my stuff's personal. Look, I took a pastime and made it something that I could come back to, relate to, and enjoy, and share with others. And for a while, people are gonna see this and probably relate to it. So I hope that it does, and that's the whole purpose of why I draw, is just to reflect, relate, and inspire, and share positive vibes. But that's all I got. That's it of my story, and I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and I got more coming at you soon. All right, everybody, I'm out. Peace.